Yes, 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 yes. Test 1 2 1 2. And I say it's me, the West Coast Teal, the best of the Geo Flow, the hardest of artists, any artist live and direct. I do this shit for a check, and I'm coming hella far off a star and jumped out of a car, and I'm here. Give you a bar. What's happening? What's going on? What's the word? Y'all have been supporting me, and I'm gonna acknowledge that first. I came out swinging. And the people have shown me support. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. I really thank you. I'm just giving you my feedback, my input, my thought process, how I feel, things that are on my mind, who I am as a man. And the community has come out and support, and I'm acknowledge y'all from the gate. So I do appreciate that. Hope everybody's having a great week, great weekend. Hope you're doing what you need to, paying your bills, talking to who you need to, and coordinating your setups. And, you know what I mean? Bunch of that type shit. Um, Today, I come to sit and have a conversation with you guys about a very important topic, especially in the structure of world today. And the thing that I feel like we're missing most of the time is a focus on health. You know, health is wealth. You know, yeah, bruh, I got a beard and I got a comb sometimes. Uh, hear that? That's me combing, picking the beard on camera. The beard is popping today, said your mom. But as I was telling y'all about, health is wealth. Health is a very important thing, and we're lacking it. Mental health, emotional health, physical health. And a lot of times people think health is like just going to the gym, and salad, and taking your meds or something like that. When health has so many different constitutes and so many different levels that it is. A lot of people avoid health. They think certain things are healthy, have no, structure in health, certain ingredients, certain ideas, certain things that people will sell you. And because it's packaged a certain way, you assume that it's probably good for you. And most likely it's not. It's probably some bullshit. Every few months, in the marketing world, a new thing pops up. That's like the health kick, the acai berry with matcha, so the whatever is inside that's going to give you the change in your life that's going to happen without you actually work and like trying. Water is more important than most of that stuff. But marketing goes into a lot of the people's feelings and emotions about them not actually being healthy as they want to be, but thinking that the health will come without the action that it takes to apply a structural life. Like not just, okay, you're going to take this and this is going to make you skinny or this is going to make you have muscles. No, 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 no. This needs to be your daily routine. You need to actually have a structure. I know a lot of people who go to the gym all the time. Very unhealthy people though. Right. And the perception of people in the gym is like, okay, this guy works out, this lady works out, so she's strong, she got a lean body. Fat don't mean unhealthy, skinny don't mean. Muscles don't mean healthy. You know, you always hear the jokes, don't skip leg day. A lot of these dudes is walking around with, a lot of swole up upper body and, pigeon legs. Can't keep themselves sturdy. You know. Shout out to New York and the sturdy dances that I just learned come from a culture that I didn't know about. We'll talk about that one day. Anyway, so, keeping yourself healthy is not always a physicality. But even in that physicality, what do you do to maintain it? It's like you could jump on these trends. You could try these new shakes and these new mixtures that they're selling you. You could do all this stuff. But is that going to maintain a healthy lifestyle? Is that going to give you what you need? Is that going to provide you what your body needs, what your mind needs, your heart needs? And physically, most people will go to the gym. They'll like diet, which is a horrible thing because you're really not maintaining the structure. You're doing it for a reason. So you're going to stop doing it. Your body's going to kind of relapse in that structure. So the diet thing is like, sold nationally. It's packaged. It comes with all kind of things, beverages, new foods. And people start taking these diets like this is going to change their life. When the diet is only teaching you structure, you could use whatever's in your refrigerator, whatever's in your house, and build structure around it. But a lot of people don't have self-control, willpower. So the diet gives them fake willpower, fake structure, fake feelings of like this thing is being guided. You know what I mean? I have support. And a lot of people need support. But a lot of people just need to, hone in on self and understand that it takes a lot of you get whatever you want out of it. Once you add another element, you got to understand that element might not have anything to do with you. It might not even be in your best interest. You go, you get you a trainer. Shout out to everybody that's in the gym working out. You got their New Year's resolutions. They got a trainer. They're investing into their body. But their trainer gave them a menu of items that they need to eat. Gave them a regimen to do when they're not at the gym. They don't follow them. The trainer has to be like a parent. Tell them what to do and get aggressive. And the aggression makes no sense because you're trying to be healthy. Why do I have to force you to take care of you? Like, you should just take care of you. But with the assistance of the trainer, they try to get their body right. Okay, this works over time. They start seeing results. And they start adding supplements, pills, drinks, things, whey, protein, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. All that stuff affects your body in different ways depending on who you are. But you still could have achieved those same things naturally. It just takes longer. Time is very important in every structure of anything that you do, but you have to allot time. You have to let it be. And if you're in a rush for health, then that means you're behind mentally. You probably feel like you need to get there. And then some people have mental deficiencies where they believe that they're, overweight or skinny and they're not, bulimic and stuff like that. But this is not that. These are the people that believe that only with the help of somebody else could they reach their goals. And it has to do with other things in their life, but it affects their health. Everyone in the world probably knows someone that's overweight, obese, and somebody knows somebody that might seem a little frail and might be weaker than the other people. There's nothing wrong with those people, and there's nothing wrong with your perception of those people. But we've seen differences, so we compare. And even though comparison is the thief of joy, when you look at a person that you feel like is not right, you try to either critique it or you try to give them suggestive sales. And sometimes you offend people because you don't know where they're at mentally. So a lot of people are in the gym just because some other person was in their ear. Somebody was talking to them and telling them, suggesting things and what you should do and how you should take care of yourself and this will be better for you. And other people in the gym because they feel emotionally distraught and think that they're being ignored in life because they don't match a certain look or an appeal. But if you're in the gym and you go there, you got a membership, you work out. Try to find peace within self. Try to accept self. Try to love self. Know self before you go in there and compare yourself to others. People in the mirror, people who've been there for years, people who take supplements. Once again, comparison is a thief of joy. So if you don't understand what this other person is doing to get to that situation and you're trying to match it, it's going to hurt internally. Physically, it will hurt too because emotions and stress will give you ulcers and tumors. But in the physicality of being a gym membership person and trying to get on the new shakes and the proteins and things and trying to compete with the Joneses or understanding that you have to learn who you are and what your body needs. Everybody there's a certain, what they say, everybody body is a body type. I think there's like 4 different body types, and if you figure out what your body type is, you will figure out what your body type needs and what'll help it get to the next level. If it's weight loss, weight gain, muscle mass, mental things, like you need to know what your body needs so you can feed it the right fuel. And most people don't feed the right fuel. Most people eat bullshit all day. Most people sit and wait till they get hungry and then desire and go rush to feed this hunger. But the hunger is based on sensory things. Like they saw something, they heard something, they smelled something. It really wasn't their own desire. So then their body gets stretched out, and the body will stretch as far as it wants to. Your motherfucking fat ass will keep getting fatter. Your skinny ass will show ribs. It don't matter. Your body will do as much as you'll give it. That's why you see people in such different states in life. It's not that this is too much or that's too much for you. It's that your body will allow you to do so much to it. If you don't care for it, it won't care for you. You won't see any result and thinking that your body gonna stop the process. It will let you keep consuming. It will let you keep smoking, drinking, eating, whatever the fuck you want to do. Shit just don't change. You gotta make a change. And a lot of people need motivation. You know, motivation is a big, powerful part of doing most things in life. That's why the buddy system works a lot in the gym situation. Me, I'm gonna be honest with you niggas. I don't fucking go to the gym. I don't work out. No, I take care of myself in totality. So I do exercise periodically. I eat with a regimen. I eat 1 meal a day. You know, what they call intermediate fasting, but I get it from Islam. So it comes from a whole different mindset. But now it's packaged and advertised as a thing, so it has a title to it. But I'm used to retracting because your body doesn't need all that. Your body needs what you give it, and if you give it that at a constant rate, it will thrive for that. Mentally, emotionally, physically. Feed your body some bullshit, your body gonna get used to it. That's why a drunk can't just stop drinking. That's why a drug addict can't go cold turkey. They got to get weaned off of it because your body becomes dependent on it. So in the gym people, they become dependent on that endorphin and those people's responses to how they look and the reactions they get, not the health part. You know, you have a lot of people who have goals in the gym and the goals are misdirected. You know, old girl, baby mama, auntie, Nisha, whatever, who she is. She in the gym now because she got, you know, the class reunion coming up, that event coming up. She want to fit in that dress. But she's not thinking about health in general. She's not thinking about, I need to, you know, appropriate myself. I need to take control of me. I need to get right for these kids. I need to be healthier on my job. I need so I can sleep better, so I can feel better. It's just so she can look good and fit in this outfit. And the day after that, she finna go to slutty vegan and be a slutty eater. No, that's not even a cool word. Shout out to my niggas in Philly out there. If you got an eater, keep her. Anyway, so if you eating horrible and you consuming horrible shit and then you say, okay, now I'm going to go to the gym's not going to fix your desires. The gym's not going to change your emotions. And that's where we go from the physicality of having physical health and then you go to mental health. Because if you want to do something for yourself and you don't really think in the right capacity of completion, nothing will ever happen. If you're only trying to compete, if you're keeping up with the Joneses, if you comparing everything, if you just a hater and you just like, oh, this nigga ain't finna be, oh, this bitch ain't finna be, and you jumping on it because of that, you probably gonna lose in the situation because you don't even have positive energy to support what you're doing. So you got to motivate yourself to be a hater. That's a lot of work. You wake up every day trying to be better than somebody else and not better than who you was yesterday. Kind of behind. So you have a lot of emotional things that go on with people who want to be healthy, but the emotions and the physical part don't work together. So then you have this mental thing that comes before the emotions. Because, okay, you physically healthy, you got muscles, you skinny, you got the body shaper on, you got all this stuff. But mentally, your mental capacity to keep up with a regular life is hard because you keep comparing things. You're not happy with things. Satisfaction never comes. Satisfaction is not going to come because of the things you're doing. It's because of you being satisfied. You have to accept. So if you look in the mirror every day and you're not accepting yourself, when will you accept yourself? If you didn't accept yourself at this size, you didn't accept yourself at this level of lifestyle, financial structure, and you like, I'm going to do this to get to this goal. And then you get to that goal. Are you not satisfied? Do you have a new goal? Or are you just constantly chasing something that you're never going to actually fulfill? It's like you're working hard for no reason. There's a lot of people who are like, yeah, I'm going to start top of the year, beginning of the month, next year. Okay. They like to tell stories. You know, they like to fill up the conversation, water cooler conversation. Because you said you was about to get healthy. Now he want to go to the gym with you. Now she want to pull up to the thing with you. Now she want to be your walking buddy. Now he want to come and do the bench presses with you and go to the park with you and go put on the pull-up bar and all that shit. They need motivation. Now, if you work better by yourself, then don't line yourself with those kind of people because they're succubus. They're trying to take some of your energy. They might need it in a positive way, but don't know how to project that they need it and ask for it. So they'll just try to take it and try to align themselves with you. And what that'll do is kind of deactivate the energy that you had to go do it because you were doing it for your own personal goals. And now these people are kind of pulling away what you're trying to do and adding other elements to it. yeah, we need to go do this because of this, and it'll be better if you do this, and you feel me, and we go over it, and it's really not that. The issue is everybody has personal goals, and the word personal is taken very lightly. Like personal has nothing to do with you; it has to do with me, and what I need for me to feel whole. And a lot of people try to attach themselves with other people's personal goals, and they don't really understand the flow or the reasoning or why they're doing something, because mentally, this has nothing to do with the way you think, the way you process information, what you feel about life, what you care about. It's more about who that person is at that time in their life. And everybody's mental capacity and steps of structure is different. You raised in a different environment, different parents, different background, different religion, different diet. Things were shown to you that were valuable that might not have been valuable to others. Now, as you grow, you learn, you progress, and you want to make changes. But when you make those changes, you have to challenge your other thought process. And that's where the mental issue comes in, because sometimes a lot of people don't make those changes because they were taught certain things, and that make them have to say that the people that were teaching those things were either wrong or they were lying. And that's a hard, pill to swallow. That's like Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny. People don't want to believe the truth because the truth wasn't told to them first. So it's confusing to hear, especially at the same mouth. Same people who fed you, because the same people might tell you need to lose weight. I know a lot of teens deal with this, where the same parents and grandparents that fed them every day start telling them you need to start lightening up on them snacks and the meals. And it's kind of confusing because you don't know if they're picking on you or are they even serious, because like you don't even make your own food. You eating what grandma and pop cook and mom's cook, and now you fat as hell. Is it your fault? Is it a fault thing? It might not even be fault. It might be a structure of mindset, the mentality of the people. Because a lot of people associate food with love, with support, with friendship, with gathering. So in those instances, it might not seem like a bad thing or anything negative, but is it helping you? Is it getting you to where you want to be? You know what I mean? So you grow up, you have eating habits that's been structured by your upbringing, and you say, okay, I want to make changes. You have other friends who have different physical structures that you might be envious of. There's nothing wrong with seeing your partner and he's swole as fuck, and you like, man, I need to get my punk ass in the gym. Yeah, you probably need to do with your fat, flappy ass. Or you might be a small little nigga and something happened to you, incident-wise, negativity. Some motherfucker snuff you, mush you in the face. Have y'all ever been mushed before? Somebody, y'all, I don't even know what a mush is. Ladies, y'all know what the mush is. See somebody mush you in front of the homeboys, now you feeling like a sucker. What you gonna do about that? What you gonna shoot him? You gonna kill him? Nah, actually, you could have got some assertiveness, and if you probably had a little size on you, a little frame on you, probably wouldn't have punked you like that. And you thinking in your mind, I need to get in the gym. I need to start taking these supplements. You trying to be Mark McGuire, Jose Canseco. You trying to get the creatine pack. You might not need that. You might just need mental strength. The ability to be strong within your heart and your chest and your mind, and be able to live in that truth of believing who you are. Some people need the gym to get some muscles to feel strong. Some people need to lose weight so they can feel confident. Some people need mental strength. They need to be able to accept the person in the mirror and be able to talk to the people in their life and explain who they are and kind of dissolve the perceptions of who they are. Mental health is so important, especially in the Black community, the minority community, the urban community, because we've been sold this dream that if we went to the doctor to get some help, then we must be sick, not that we need help. Everybody knows nothing until we learn something. So how could you know how to take care of yourself mentally if it was never taught to you? They taught you how to brush your teeth, wash your face, go walk, read, write, do math, put stuff in a cabinet, get dressed. But when did you ever have a time period in your life where you sat with adult individuals as a teen, preteen, and learned about mental capacity, structure, and management, absorbing life and being able to process it for what it really is, taking things in, And most people who had children, their children lived in a different lifestyle than they did when they were growing up. So it was hard for them to even prepare a conversation for what you might need to do in a future mindset, a place in a space that I've never actually been in. So then you have people who are fighting against the powers that be, the people that are supposed to support them, because they don't understand what they're going through. And then it makes them hard. It makes it hard for them to actually process their day-to-day activities. And then the mental issues happen because the aloneness, the seclusion, the I'm by myself, can't nobody help me thing makes you get more and more into this corner where you start alienating yourself and stop taking care of yourself, your physical self. Your motherfucking life is in shambles. You stuck in your room. You're not eating healthy shit. You don't put green vegetables in your body. You arguing all the time. You're not sleeping well, and these things are taking a toll on you. Not just your body, not just your physical, but your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions. It's starting to hurt. It's starting to hurt your own feelings, and then you blame it on other people because you don't want to take the blame. Like, did I do this to myself? Now, as a child, a lot of things you can't really control. But when you become an adult, you can make changes that will turn into the control that you want to have. But if you're so lost from misdirection, then you subject to fall victim to the things that you were taught and thinking that they're right because of the people that gave you that information. So then your mental health won't ever be able to support your physical health because you don't have your thoughts right. And me, I'm not a therapist. I'm not none of those medical terms that are people. I'm just a person that lives life and absorbs life, and I've been through life. I've dealt with obesity. I was over 400 pounds for a majority of my life. Most people know me. I was a big guy. I used to have long dreads down to my waistline. I still got dreads, though. Don't get it twisted. My hair is still long. I'm bro with the beard. I do look like my logo. But I used to be over 400 pounds. I lost maybe 160 pounds at one time using the Atkins diet and cabbage soup diet for 9 months straight. Then when my son was born, my son is 7 years old. My son was born, I lost another 100 pounds so I could have mobility and agility for a little guy and be able to be ready to move around. He was my catalyst for health. I needed to be a better person so I could be a better man, so I could be a better father. And that was my motivation. And I can't tell you what your motivation is, but I'm willing to share the things that I go through in life to make me a better nigga. I ain't the best, but I ain't never going to be the worst. And I learned from what I go through. Me, myself, I was comfortable as a fat nigga. I was a big old dude, big old clothes, sloppy to some, handsome to others. I was comfortable, though. But my health was not in a good state. I couldn't keep my breath. I was busting to a sweat going up and down the steps. I had to make changes. My eating habits was horrible. I come from a Muslim background. I had a structural eating habit that I could focus on if I needed to, and I alienated that just to be a fat ass. All that did for me was make it hard for me to sleep, hard for me to live, hard for me to function, hard for me to maneuver and move around. And the things that was hard for me, I never applied it to. I just needed to get some control of my eating habits. I would put it on other things, mental blocking of the actual truth. Like, this is what's going on and I need to address that, but I'm not. What I'm address is some other shit that don't have nothing to do with it because it sound better in my chest and it'll give me more room to go get something to eat. And I had to get mental control. I had to get control of who I am, the man I want to be, the man I'm being at that moment, and what I'm showing the people around me. So if I keep showing them this, then they'll never come and help and support me because they believe that I'm in a state of glee and happiness because I'm doing what I so-called enjoy, but I'm killing myself. So we have to make changes. We have to make changes mentally. We have to make emotional changes. Emotional changes will support the mental change that will support the physical change. Emotionally, we fight who we want to be with who we are. We lie to ourselves. We listen to people who have no positive things to say about us. We believe lies. We feed ourselves other people's realities. We try to live vicariously through other people. We wish that other people would acknowledge us in spaces that we shouldn't even be in. And that changes everything you're trying to do daily because your plan is failed. You foil your own plan by feeding yourself negative information. Sometimes the negative information is the truth, but the way you sold it to yourself, you made yourself a full believer of you being a loser. So then how was you ever going to win if you're the only person listening to yourself and you're the only person talking to yourself? Now, mentally, you have took yourself into this room. You've hidden yourself away from friends, family, co-workers, associates. You're not listening to other ideas. You become one-dimensional. Now you're a raccoon in a corner waiting for somebody to come approach you so you can lash out on them. You have to understand that you have done a lot of this to yourself. I'm not taking away with people who have to deal with, therapy, people who have to go sit down and talk to folks. They have other things in their life that are bigger that affect them. People have gone through past issues. But there's a lot of people who put themselves in their own hole. They've dug the hole and they turned themselves into an ostrich and put their head in there thinking that was going to hide them away. And all that did was make their back dirty. Yeah, your head was in the dirt, but you had no time to clean your ass. You was doing too much. You was assuming when you should have been realizing. You was paying attention to others instead of paying attention to yourself. At times in my own life, I've lost myself and lost my way, not paying attention to my own path and my own destruction. Feeling like I could win being a loser, that I can't crash because I'm already hurt. All I was doing was constantly putting myself in environments and situations that weren't even built for me and hoping that they was going to get me what I wanted. It was never going to happen. Positivity was never going to be gat from negativity. I was going to have to eliminate the negativity first, but the negativity started within my thoughts. Like most of y'all, you feel a certain way, so you didn't do something physical. But what if you just went and did that and it wasn't what you thought it was and it didn't make you feel the way you thought it was going to make you feel and the result was totally different and you had a positive outcome? But you didn't allow that to happen because you were against yourself. So emotionally, you've been tearing yourself down. You're not good enough. I'm not strong enough. I don't look good enough. I can't lift this kind of weight. I'll never lose this weight. I'll never fit this outfit. They'll never accept me. You're telling yourself this in a room full of nobody. It's just you. You ain't even looking in the mirror because you don't like that. So you sitting there saying these words to yourself. And words, we spell words. They spell the incantations. You taking these letters, you taking these words, and you taking these 26 letters in the English alphabet, and you're manifesting words that tell you what you should think. If you say you sick, and you say, man, I feel sick, that day you're going to feel bad. And you're like, man, I got to get up. I got to feel better, man. I got to get up and do something. You go clean your house, Lysol that bitch down, start mopping and doing shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Air that motherfucker out, make some tea. You're like, man, I feel better. But you're telling yourself that. Are you acknowledging it? Or are you actually living in your peace and living in your truth? You could sell yourself a dream every day and believe that dream. But when you get out every day and go move around, that dream won't actually matriculate into that reality. But you can make reality. You could believe in self. You could know who you are. You could stop being a bitch. I'm serious. Like, there's a hoe in you. Like, it's a lot of niggas hoe themselves out. You know what I'm saying? You a whole hoe out here. Shout out to every nigga that's been a hoe and got that out their system. You know, get it out your life. Get it out your mind. Because at the end of the day, you want to be something that we don't know about. It's not about what I'm saying. It's not about what I'm talking about. It's about you listening and it's applying to some of the things that go on in your life. And if it does, then you understand that you are the control of your narrative, your destiny, your next step. I ain't no motivational speaker. I'm a nigga that's been through life. I've been through stress. I've been through pain. And I've got through a lot of things that I feel like I could, talk to you guys about. You know what I'm saying? If you're willing to listen. If you understand that your physical, your mental, and your emotional all work together. But if you're working against them, then they'll never combine to be who you are, your true self. You'll fall victim to like the pain. And a lot of people will live in that pain and use that pain as an excuse and a filter to stop any progression forward that they want. You know what I mean? Anything you trying to try in life, all the little hoes you trying to holler at, the little EP song you trying to drop and pop, the little job you trying to get, you don't even think you gonna even get it. So why you think you should get it? You don't feel that positive way about yourself. Then you take those emotions and you feed them into your brain. Your brain turns that into a mental structure and gives yourself a blueprint of failure. Then you start going outside and moving around and you start doing things And while you feeling like a failure, thinking you a failure, your body starts to fail. Now you start to look bad and people ask you, hey, you okay? You good, bruh? And they only asking you that shit because they looking at you. And you only a reflection of who you project to be, you know? And a lot of people lie to kick it. They put out, hey, what's up? No, I'm good, bruh. It's good. No, I'm good, bruh. It's good, bruh. They going through it. They holding it in. But this is what you need to do. This is my suggestion. It's not an opinion. I don't perfect. I don't know nothing. I just know what I know. What I know is you can get through it. First, you have to control this, then work on that, and all the things around it will change. You know, your mental capacity will produce you to have a better physical reaction to life. A lot of people are scared to deal with impact. Things hurt too much. You need to build some physical or mental strength. I was checking something out earlier, and it was like, if you don't have a plan, read. If you have a plan, you have issues with articulating yourself, write it down. If you know how to plan and you know how to fucking make a plan and you know how to do all that shit, then put that shit together and put it in a forward motion and move with it. So you know you feel a certain way and you know you don't want to feel that way anymore. And you see a few things that you found out and figured out that would help you make the change and get to the next step. And the only thing is stopping it is you believing in self. Not an easy task. Nothing I'm saying is an easy task. I don't never want anybody to come into my situation, listening to me talk my shit and be like, bruh, with the beard, be saying some shit like it's the easiest thing in the world. Ain't nothing easy about self or taking care of self or acknowledging even the issues of self. But if you ignore self, then that'll be a worse situation for all of us. We live in the same world, same universe, and the same planet. Most of us. Some of us believe they, metaphysical and have abilities that transcend most. But if we all walk in the same areas, then you don't think that your effect of your life will affect us? Like, okay, if you leave your garbage out and it got some fish in that motherfucker, right? And it's on the corner. And this shit stink, right? And you smell it. And the garbage man don't come pick it up. 2-3 days go by. And the neighbors smell it because you smell it. It's affecting them. But this your garbage affecting other niggas just by what it's giving off. What the hoes say, it's giving stank garbage. You feel me? So the stank garbage is affecting other people. They like, hey, what's going on with the garbage? They're inquiring and asking questions. Oh, the garbage man ain't came. I missed it. Oh, it's some fish in it. Ooh, okay. So now the people are telling you, they're aware this shit is funky than the motherfucker. So your shit is affecting they shit. This is how life works on an emotional and physical and a mental scale. Your sadness will affect the room. Come in the room and you bring your negative energy. It changes the pace and the flow of everybody's communication, their tones, even how they're sitting because you came in. And it's not your fault. It's just that you need to address it. Don't act like you don't have an effect on the world. You have power within you. You just have to find out what that power is. Everybody has a superpower. Everybody is a fucking mutant. My nigga Cuddy Cartel, rest in peace of Cuddy Cartel, he used to tell me all the time, he said, bro, you're a mutant, bro. Because you can do things that most people can't do. The only thing is that people use that shit against you. And the only reason they can use it against you is because you don't know your own power. Once you acknowledge your power, you use your power, you utilize your power, you possess the power that you have, and you progress with your power, then you push your power out to the people, and then people will show you that they already knew that was your power. They were just waiting for you to relinquish it. A lot of people call that manifestation. Yeah, I believe, so I do, and then it happens, and then it's reflective. Yeah, you call it what you want to call it. Whatever it is you call it, you still have to do it. There are steps in growth. And the first one is to believe. And the next is to feel. And the third is to actually do. So once you get your emotions right and you're feeling better about self, then you start filling your brain up with positive energy and positive reinforcement and reflections of structure. Then you go and you say, now I'm going to clean my house. I'm going to pay my bills. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to go start walking around the lake. I'm going to go to the park. I'm going to start playing basketball with my friends. We're going to do certain things that you probably wasn't going to do because mentally you wasn't ready. Emotionally, you wasn't prepared to be around people. You wasn't ready to have conversations and engage. And only thing that changed that is how you felt. Nothing in life ever changes. It's just how you feel about it. You know, I'm a black man in America. All black men in America were brought to be black men in America by the structure of what America believes we are. Only thing changes about the black men in America is how they feel about it. Oh, we slaves. Oh, we the president. Nothing changed. It just, they felt different. Same nigga. Probably in the past, we probably had more power and position. Like imagine a Haitian French president in power and position back in the 1400s or something. Mind blowing. So strength, power, acknowledgement of that power, pushing that power, and then thinking that you physically can go do whatever you want to do. Like, okay, it's a lot of people who have the mental capacity, and what they do is they motivate others and forget self. Then you have people who have the emotional strength, and what they do is they get into a relationship, business or personal, with somebody, and they're basically their muse because they can inspire them, but they forget self. Then think about the person that does. Like ladies, you will understand this one. Why the lady who do hair ain't never done? Because she worried about y'all. She taking care of you. You know what I mean? The trainer, I know some trainers who not the most physically fit person. They might have a belly, but they have a plan of action that they can show proof of, so they can put it forward. But they don't really have enough time to sit there and just focus on self all day. And a lot of times, I believe the world is giving us so much stuff, so many options, so many things that we could try, that we forget that all we have to do is try self, acknowledge self, believe in self, love self. Everything else will fall into place, matriculate and turn into whatever you want to. But if you deny who you are, and you still trying to search for things that are really not who you are, like you want to have these things because other people have them. You want to be like this because other people are getting acknowledgement for those things and those steps. You look for a position in your job because that person has that position, and when they walk in the room, people acknowledge them at a certain respected level. But are you a respected person away from that job? Are you a valued person away from that? That's not going to happen because of your position. That's going to happen because of who you are individually, in your chest, in your heart. Niggas be in their house by themselves and they bitch and they dog don't respect them. The dog bite at their leg and knock their food over, and they bitch push them in their face and call them punk and all that shit. But what you think when you go to your job, what you think they gonna, you know what I mean? They're not gonna acknowledge you for the man that you want to be or the man you think you are, because you're not even living that vicariously through your own life. You gotta watch the football game and like, yeah, that nigga sack that nigga. So you would never push a nigga, did you? But you had to make those changes. You had to feel like life is that important. Are you that important? Like, I work with a lot of people who, in the entertainment industry, physical part is almost more than half of the selling point. So they have to keep up this appearance, this look, this tonality, this style, these clothes, this jewelry. And then you have other people who don't live their life, who think that they should keep up with these same things, these same ideas, these same structures, these same material items, when most of the time you don't even know how these people got these things. A lot of these things were gifts given to them. There's no comparison. This young lady has a glam squad, a makeup, hair, a stylist, and you working with weekend budget from your job, trying to match up with TV girl do. Dude over here, he got a sponsors, budget, investors, all this, and you sitting there trying to mess your credit and your money up to buy the items that you feel he got so you can get the same appreciation and value when it's just you. You have to accept. You gotta love you. You gotta value you. You gotta like you. You gotta stop hating on you. You gotta stop assuming you could not be what you already are. Because if you acknowledge who you are, you'll probably see all the things that you're working toward. The change physical can happen. You apply yourself. You apply so many other things. We here listening and talking right now. The only reason it's happening because you got through everything you've ever tried to get through. Listen to me when I tell y'all this. You've never lost ever in your life. Because if you did, we wouldn't be able to have this conversation today. You'd be a victim of your loss. Never lost. You might not have won how you wanted to win, but a loser can't play again. Because the game is over. Your game ain't never over. You know what I'm saying? We got more room to grow. We got time to grow. We got ability to grow. But that take you believing in who you are, believing in that thing in the mirror, how it looks, how it feels, how it sounds. And before you even get bent up on changing yourself, learn to accept yourself. Because that physical, that mental and emotional transition that you think you need, or that somebody else told you that you need, or that I've expressed in this conversation, might be you just accepting the blessings that you already have, the greatness that you've been in denial of, the beauty that's already in the beholder. You might just be scared to acknowledge. Because there's a lot of stubborn people out here who don't know that they are great, that don't know that they are intelligent, that they are beautiful, that they are handsome, that they are strong. They just don't acknowledge it within themselves. They need constant reiteration. And if I tell you that you can do it, there's nothing in between that. It's not but. I'm not saying with a stipulation. Period. Just do it. You can be better because I can be better because we can be better and we can make other things better. Can't change nobody. You only can change yourself. You only can individualize the structure and the path and the pace. So, if you want to get bigger and stronger, work on that. You want to get smaller, work on it. You want to have better thoughts, work on that. You want to feel better, work on that. But don't say you can't. Don't say it's impossible. Don't get in your own way. Don't fight yourself. Stop acting like a bitch. I ain't talking about no woman. I'm talking about a female dog, tail between your legs, scared, running from your reality. If you think the things that you want in life are hard to obtain, I believe you haven't worked hard enough to get them. And that's might be a biased opinion. You might be like, I've done this and I've tried this. You don't know what I've been through. I don't. But what I do know is there's other people that have achieved the goals that you probably tried to obtain. And the only thing that was in their way was themselves. Sometimes the people around you are in your way, stopping you from being big and strong. If you want to lose weight, you can't kick it with your friends that go to the smorgasbord and the buffet. You got to stop kicking with them. You want to start smoking cigarettes, you can't go sit at the water cooler or out at your job on a 15-minute break with everybody else smoking cigarettes and think that you're going to wean yourself off there smelling that all and being that all around you. You have to make those changes. But you got to be honest with yourself to know that those changes will affect everything around you, your lifestyle, the people you interact with, the things you do. Every change will change everything around you. Small change, small shit turn to tall shit real quick. Really, let me say it again. Small shit turn to tall shit real quick. But if you ignore it, you come back and it's a whole tree right there. When you thought it was just a little shrub, the shit will grow into something uncontrollable. Just like positivity. You believe in your feelings and your emotions and you were strong with your mental capacity and you empowered your body, and you would come outside and get a whole different response and reaction. But if you just believed in self and loved who you were, you would get the same reaction. You know, I, I'm not the best at articulating how to be a sucker because I ain't never been that. But I tell you, if you feel like that, then it's hard to be sucker free in a world full of lollipops. But a lot of y'all like to, sit around suckers because, you got a candy style lifestyle. Everything is sweet. If your life is sweet, then hey, none of this applies to you. But if you understand it, you know someone, or you might be that person that actually deals with some of these things, not believing that you can because somebody told you you could, or because you just never even thought that the person you are could be the person you want to be. You're against yourself for a multitude of reasons. But no one will ever come in your life to change how you feel about self. You have to accept, believe, trust. You have to know that if you thought things were never going to change, realize that all that was a thought. You could just say that in a different capacity. Say, I believe all this will happen. That's just a thought too. And the only reason it can come true is if you believe into it and you apply yourself into it. So if you apply yourself into negativity and the negative rollout always happens and you feeling bad about things and you hate your life and fuck this, all that shit, and you could count and go over the steps and the things that got you there. I bet you if you work the opposite way, you probably could build up steps that will get you to positive results and make you feel a happy result. And if you can't, then you probably need more help in conversation. And there's nothing wrong with that. Learn to get help. Learn to accept help. Learn to be help. Learn to ask for help. Because everybody doesn't know everything. There's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of people out there. A lot of things that you could do to better yourself. But if you try and you keep working on that and you compound that and a little bit more, 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 it'll help you. It'll help you turn into something great. We're going to come back and converse on these same kind of topics. You know, we're going to motivate each other. I need y'all's support. I need y'all to help me help y'all. You know what I mean? Stuff that I'm saying might not apply to you. You might not feel it. You might not, oh, this nigga, what is this nigga talking about? I'm bro with the beard. Bro got shit to talk about. But I need you to like, comment, subscribe, follow, share, you know, all that stuff. We're building a community over here. I'm bruh. I came to your house, smoke a blunt with you, talk some shit, sit in the living room with you. I'm finna go though. But you know, holler at me, I'm gonna holler at you, tap in, follow IG, the TikTok, the Twitter, all the shit. It's all bro with the beard. Fella like a black man. Take that H out of there. It's with them. Holler at you.